Update number 4 on the dually build. New shocks up front to put some of the stiction eliminator in this truck. The purpose of the dually build is really to tow that SEMA truck to SEMA in less than 2 months. About 2 months. Everything we're doing right now, or building up to it, is to make it as reliable as possible. And we honestly have no idea how the previous owner maintained it. They could have taken care of it, but they may not have. We don't know that, and we don't want to take any chances. One of the best ways to do maintenance on these trucks is, in my opinion, is stiction eliminator prior to swapping out all your fluids to hot shot. And the reason for that is this will break down all the buildup in the engine. Use this for about 5,000 miles, and then on your next oil change, go ahead and swap out all the fluids to Hot Shot Secrets oil and everything, and you'll see a huge difference. And lucky for you, you had small oil leak, so you have enough room for additional
for that.
Yeah, additional whatever.
How much do you got to put in there?
So this treats up to 16 quarts of oil. Yours takes what, 10 quarts? So we'll put roughly about half.
Okay.
And then on your next oil change, you swap it out to Hot Shot Secrets oil. You should really see a huge difference on your performance.
I'm looking forward to it because we already got I got the oil in the house already.
Have you done the EDT on it?
I have not yet. I ran out because I used all of it on that truck.
Yeah.
But I did buy some.
You did?
It's in the house. I'll go get the box.
Did you buy the Diesel Extreme at all?
Did not buy the diesel. I just bought the regular. I just bought the EDT.
How about this? I have a half a bottle of Diesel Extreme in my truck. We'll go ahead and put it in there now. Are you full?
Yeah, I filled up like 2 days ago.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead and put it in now. So that way, because Diesel Extreme is recommended for you to use every 5,000 miles.
Okay.
Like basically every oil change.
Every oil.
And then EDT is your everyday use. Go over here. One Bilstein done. And then this side, second Bilstein about to be on. And looks like we have some sort of oil leak right here. It's not as bad as it was. It was pretty bad to the point where it would leave big puddles on his driveway.
You see how it's like coming from way up there by the oil filter?
Oh,
you see that? Like,
yeah.
That was all clean the other day when I pressure washed it.
So all of that was clean?
Yeah, all that was cleaned off.
So,
and then like if you go to the other side, see there, that other bolt in there.
yeah.
No clue where it's from.
GM frame grease. If anybody has any idea what this would be, so on the LMLs, one of the common things is your oil pan that doesn't come with a gasket, so it leaks from the oil pan, and also none of these bolts are really tight from the factory. So you can go under your truck and tighten it up, and it solves 90% of the issue, in which Matt's case it kind of did, because it's not leaking as bad as it did before. But also it could be the rear main seal, which hoping it's not, because that's going to be more labor intensive job than just tightening up these bolts or dropping this down and putting a gasket on. But leave a comment below if you've had this issue and let us know what the solution was. We got another dually update for you guys. Today we are going to be swapping out the headlights. These headlights from the factory are awful. Halogen bulbs are awful, and also the side markers don't look too good. We like to do what's called a cheese delete. You look at my 2020, we got no cheese. Alex's 2017, no cheese. We are swapping out the headlights itself. Robbie did have a High Country that he custom painted and kind of got it built, which has the LED side markers, LED low beam and high beam. So we are going to be putting that headlight into the dually build. But first things first, we noticed that the seal on it isn't the best. So this is a headlight that we got. It's got clears, side markers, and as you can see, the silicone, this one's not too bad. The one that we're working on over there has got little like gaps and stuff like that needs to be filled in, so we'll do that so that way it doesn't leak any water into the housing. This was not, I repeat, this was not done by Phil at Fast Headlights. Phil would have done a much better job than this. Oh, exactly. The Phil makes it look factory. I don't know how he does it. Oh, it's right here. You can see a little gap right there. Yep. And then just kind of everywhere. So
Little holes here and there.
yeah, we just want to reinforce it. Here's your headlight that you did. Alex did a really good job of siliconing his. So these are his Alpharexusa headlights that he baked open. See, that looks good.
It's decent for a home build.
Yeah. I
Can't even see it on the top.
Yeah, you can't even see it at the top and bottom. I mean, I guarantee you this wouldn't leak any moisture in it.
The ones on that truck don't.
Yeah. He also did, these are the stock headlights that he baked open probably like a year ago. Painted it himself, sealed it up himself. Hasn't had any issues with moisture building inside. So he does a really good job. He swears up and down that he'll never do another set of factory headlights because, for one, these are about $2,000 to $3,000 set of headlights if you were to buy them directly from the dealership. Yes, these are the Denali / the all-terrain headlights. They're expensive as crap. People comment like, oh, the Alpharex headlights are $1,000, but the factory ones are like $2 to $3 grand. So $1,000 for Alpharex to me is very reasonable, especially the output that you get. The reason why he hasn't swapped it out is for some reason the paint coat on the headlight did not match the truck. So he's gonna have to rebake it open and reseal it up. While I was dropping the kids off at the pool, Matt took the grill off and one headlight off. Decent amount of progress. Dude, that looks better already. Oh snap.
Nope.
It's supposed to turn on, right?
Quit playing with me.
Dude, that looks way
You can
better.
already tell you can, like, if JW's truck wasn't so daggone close, you can see the difference.
My bad.
I'm just messing with you.
See, cheese with the amber.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Turn signals work?
Oh snap.
Do it again.
Nice. And no hyper flash. Oh wait. Spoke too soon. Looks like it's got hyper flash.
Yeah, it just told me right turn indicator failure.
You may get it on both sides. Dude, but that looks way better already. Our last fit makes bulbs that look really similar to this, but it's got a built-in resistor, so you don't need to buy and wire it up separately.
These do?
No, there's a company, Last Fit. But yeah, what do you think? The headlight looks way better, I think.
Yeah,
With it on.
I don't know if we're gonna go with blue on the truck,
Hey,
but I'm not against it.
What watt resistors?
I
I got 50s. These should be plenty.
Right?
I have no clue.
You're bringing it here.
It's for both bulbs, so. Now, what did we just discover?
Just a sweet little bird, chilling.
Dude, that bird's been dead in there for a while.
He ain't a bag of bones yet, so
How the heck?
how did he wedge himself in the grill?
Clearly, it wasn't one of those birds that were flying and it hit the truck. That bird.
His head is stuck back there, so
I have no idea how that bird got into that position. You can see where the head was.
oh yeah.
It's almost like they stuck the bird in there and shoved the
Maybe,
headlight in.
man.
Alex figured it out. So how would you fix the hyper flash on this?
Being 2 bulbs, you need 1 resistor per bulb. So the way GM has their wiring is you have 1 wire of each color going out of the connector, and then the blue is going to be the turn signal. So if you follow the blue from the connector, it'll go to this first bulb, and there's another blue wire coming out that's just a jumper, so it's going into this bulb, out down to the next turn signal. So you got to tap into each blue wire, and then the same with the black. One's going in, one jumps over to the other turn signal. Just got to follow the wires and tap into the black and the blue.
Alright. So it's 2 resistors per side. We originally thought it would just be 1 resistor per side, because this is a what, 50
50 watt 6 ohm.
So we thought that would be plenty for 2 bulbs, but now you need 1 per bulb. Now, Alex had 2, so we're good for 1 side, but we're gonna need 2 more. So we gotta head over to Advanced Auto Parts and pick up another set of resistors.
I don't even know why I had to.
All right, so here is the finished product. Matt is putting back some of the Torx bit for the wheel well liner, but wow, I'm not gonna lie, that made a huge difference. I think just the clears lens by themselves made a huge difference, but also like a little bit of that blue tint with the white truck looks really good. So I guess now that he's got blue, he's gonna start color matching it with that blue. So probably gonna do the bow tie that blue, and then maybe some of the other few accent pieces blue. But now that is gonna be the theme of this truck, white and blue. There she is. And we'll ask Matt how much better the output is with the LEDs, because he said he can't see crap at night. That's one of the reasons why we were swapping the headlights out to these. Ooh, oh, okay.
Stomach rumbling.
Like, comment, and subscribe.